If you're here, you are a multimillionaire in the making. You need to believe that you're capable of doing that. You know, if you're here, you're a winner. You're not just part of the audience, okay? And I don't care if you're just getting started. You need to start seeing yourself as being that. I think one of the most important things that I did, and I think everybody should do, is you need to make yourself a project. You be the project. You work like crazy on developing your skill sets. I mean, there's a lot of things that you have to get good at to be, you know, to get big in Primerica, and I think you need to make the effort every single day to work on you and to develop you. That's one of the things I've done for my entire adult life, and it's changed my life, and it's changed the life of my family, and I've been able to help a lot of other people because I've grown myself, and I think that's the thing that you need to really thinking about. If you want to really help your teammates, be nonstop working on growing yourself, that you can offer more and more value all the time to the people on your team, because they're looking to you. They need your guidance. They need your example. They need you to be great so that they can become great. You know, it's kind of like being a parent. If you're a parent, you know, you need it to be you got to be a great parent to produce great children. You know, I think that's part of how we, you know, develop our families and stuff. So, and the other thing is, we have a short time on this earth, folks, and family is everything. It is to me, I'm sure it is to all of you. And one of the best things I did was to build a substantial Primerica business and get financially independent and take care of my family. And I think that's something that should drive you. It drove me, and I hope that drives you to go do something exceptional with your life, okay? Not just hang around, not just buy things, not just have a nice fancy car and a nice fancy house. All those things are great, and I have them, but you should have them, okay? But there's more to it than that. You know, I don't know if you know this, but my wife just, 50 years, you know, we were together since I was 17. I just turned 67 on Valentine's Day, and I started dating my wife when I was 17. 50 years went by like that. Jan she was my best friend. She was my confidant. She was everything to me, and I'm just crushed that she's not here. You know. But thankfully, I built a big business and a big base shop that turned into 16,000 agents and roughly $100 million of income over that time period, and over 40 years, and had an amazing life. One of the things I look back, you know, that Jan's past, I don't have any regrets at all. You know, she was battling cancer for 18 years, and that 18 years, I was right there with her every step of the way. We had a huge life. We traveled. We did 4 of those around the world in a private jet tours. We went to 70 countries. I mean, we had a phenomenal life. You know, it was just awesome, and that's possible for every one of you here. Every one of you can do that sort of thing. You need to look at this business and get serious about it. This is not a little thing. This is not about making an extra $2,000 a month. This is big time. Look what Willie is doing right now. I mean, he's making huge money. He's probably going to get to $6 million by the convention, and who knows? He'll probably by the end of next year be at $10 million. And that's what's possible. And if you're playing small, you're missing the boat. This is way bigger than that, right? I mean, there's so much more that you can do. You can do with your family, for your teammates. We were blessed to have 2 great children. I have a son, Dak, who's 45, and a daughter, Janae. And Dak went to Wharton Business School, and my daughter went to Stanford. We were able to afford to send him there and take care of that. My son now has his own hedge fund called La Marque Atlas, and my daughter is a screenwriter and a director, very successful. And that came, you know, what I did with my kids, and I think this is something to really to aspire to, is I taught them to be entrepreneurs. I taught them to grow themselves and to work hard on themselves, and as a result of that, they both had incredibly successful, college careers and business careers as well. And I'm blessed with two grandchildren that are girls and two that are boys, and I've had the good fortune to be able to spend a lot of time with them and travel the world with them and all that sort of thing. Everything that I've done, everything that I have today came from Primerica. I am so grateful to this company and what it's provided my family and provided my teammates. It's an amazing. You need to feel really proud of being involved in this business. Okay, you should be bursting with pride that you're involved in this. Don't be embarrassed about anything having to do with our business. I think the example that we set through building our Primerica business is one of the reasons our kids have had so much success and done so well. They followed the example that we set. And Primerica made that possible. You could be a lot of different places. You are so fortunate to be here and be involved in our great company. There's nothing that you can't accomplish if you focus. I think one of the things that I did that really made a difference, so maybe this will be helpful before I'm done here, is I first became I was a professional salesperson before I got here. I studied like Tom Hopkins years before I got involved in Primerica. I listened to How to Master the Art of Selling Anything audios 2 hours a day for 3 straight years. I never listened to the radio in my car. I only listened to that. I listened over and over and over. I was shy. I was an introvert. Dealing with people, selling, all that stuff that we do was super uncomfortable for me. And so learning how to do that allowed me to do what I've done. And as a result of that, because I got really great at the sales part of our business, I was able to train a lot of people to being great. I would highly recommend that you commit to become a pro. I know hardly anybody talks about that in Primerica. I don't understand that because everything about our business is selling, setting appointments, recruiting people, closing transactions, getting people to meetings. Everything about our business is selling. And if you really want to build something great, I think that's one thing you should focus on. Because what you want, if you can't sell, you're not staying in Primerica. You're not going to be here long range. If you can't get people to say yes to you, yes to buying our products and services, and yes to our opportunity, there's nowhere for you to go. So I just want to recommend that I don't have a lot of time, but I would recommend that you really pay a lot of attention to that, because everything about our business is selling. And you got to get people, you got to get great at getting people to say yes. And I think training also is a cornerstone of our business. You need to really train people. You need to teach people. If you notice, I'm not a motivational speaker. I don't come up and tell stories and all of that. I've never done that. All I've ever done is teach people how to be professional salespeople. That's what I focused on. And as a result of that, I built a business. I've not been really engaged for the last 18 years, actually, because I've been taking care of my wife. She had 4 different bouts with cancer over that period of time, and I spent a lot of time with her. And I kind of backed away from the business in a way. A lot of you know that. Some people probably think I was being, I don't know, not being good because I did that, but I did it because I didn't know how long I had with my wife, and I wasn't going to waste that. I was already financially independent. I was already making a lot of money, and I didn't want to miss one day not being with her. And this great business has allowed me to do that, and has allowed me to build a great life for my family. And I've built a business where I've developed so many incredible friendships. By the way, I'm so grateful for all of you coming and welcoming me back, even though I've been gone. My wish is that you go become incredible and build a big base shop and produce a ton of RVPs and make and save a lot of money. Look, don't get trapped with all the cars and houses and all that stuff. Those are all great stuff, But you should be focused on getting completely debt-free and financially independent. I don't owe a dime to anybody, and I haven't for decades. And as a result of that, I've had mega freedom. That was what allowed me to have that freedom with my wife for the last 18 years. I really, really hope that you take this opportunity, you go get debt-free, you get financially independent, and you change your family's life forever. Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me.